Hello and welcome back to Shirts in Time. And for you watchers, you will notice there's only two of us. Dan is out celebrating Southampton's journey to the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. He messaged me for it saying, "Mate, I'm 2 days deep on a 2-day bender here, so up the Saints as the Saints go marching on." But nonetheless, I am still joined by a guest, and this guest is you were on. I think he's on one of the first ever episodes of Shirts in Time originally. Is Chris Hodgson, aka Hodgson's Hoard. How are we doing, mate?
Yeah, not so
I
bad.
haven't spoke to you in a
Looking
while.
forward to, no, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's looking forward to the World Cup, and this will be my first appearance officially for the Shirts team, because every other game I've been on holiday. So this year I've managed to make the squad, if nothing else. I can carry some water and stand next to Woody and look like he can be Treebeard and I can be a Hobbit. It's going to be exciting times.
I think that's where I met you first. Actually, was at Bootle. You weren't playing, but you were there.
Yeah. Me and Leo came over, my little lad, and it was a lovely day. When it bloody about, it was warm. I don't know how you lot do it in the middle of summer, especially. God, it's a massive pitch as well, though, wasn't it? That Bootle. It was a lovely pitch, but Jesus Christ, it was so big. Just walking on, you think, gee, blood, sod that.
Yeah, you mentioned the heat, mate. You should have seen Holland last summer. I think it was over 30 degrees, all the time we were there, the whole weekend. It was mental.
That's ridiculous. Is that you don't get that in bloody Benidorm? I say Benidorm, I've never been, but I'm sure people like it there. Benidorm FC.
For those who don't know about Shirts v Boots, is a little get together. I say a little get together. It's quite big now, actually. It's happening on Saturday, 6th of June at Haringey Borough FC in London. So get yourselves down. It's a whole weekend, Friday to Sunday. On Sunday is the Retro Football Fair, which I think I went to one of the first ever versions of it in Manchester back in the day. I haven't been since, but seeing though it's there while I'm going to be there, it'd be rude not to pop in, wouldn't it?
No, exactly. It's especially, like you say, it's the whole weekend. It's if you don't like shirts and don't like boots, it's don't bother turning up. But for everyone that does, it's going to be absolutely great to see everyone as well. Because over the years since lockdown, I think more or less, then when group chat started on WhatsApp and Instagram and all that, and I love saying the word community, but it is really good set of people that are in this so-called community of shirt collectors and boot collectors as well. They just love of football and the love of meeting up, and everyone there is just loves football and following it. So it'd be great to see everyone again.
Yeah, just to quickly finish on that, it is like you have to, like, not even trying to sell it, because I think you need to, like, if you haven't been before, you need to go. It's just such a surreal thing. Like, you, especially because you say that during COVID, you've spoke to these people over Instagram, over WhatsApp, or whatever you speak to, like, other collectors on. So you kind of feel like you know them. So when you meet them, there's not an awkward stage of it, but it's like, you kind of already know who they are and what to talk about. So it's just like, I described last year as a big stag do. It was me, honestly. It was just, you get there and it's just straight in with, like, no, there's no awkward. Maybe there is a bit of, like, if it's your first ever time, but that goes after literally about the first 5-10 minutes of talking, because everyone's there for the same reason. They've all got the same interests as you. It's honestly, I couldn't recommend going more.
Yeah, I've been quite lucky. I met a few of the lads quite a few times now, and been to games abroad with a few of them as well. So it's what, like you say, once you've beat someone, you see someone in the street with a football shirt these days, you think, oh, I've just gone to sort to that bloke. He must like football shirts for some strange reason. But and then you start getting called a strange man walking around town talking to random people.
But mate, this episode is about Shirts v Boots, promoting it, getting to know the collectors mainly is the main objective behind this. So yourself, how long have you been collecting for, roughly?
It's always been there. It's one of those things where you just see your heroes on the telly, and it's the colours and the pop in from the grass, the green grass, and you just think, "This is brilliant." It's either Cantona or for England, Robson and Gascoigne just doing ridiculous things, and then with Serie A as well in the '90s when it was on Channel 4. It, it's a very similar story to a lot of people, but it just captures the imagination, and yeah, it's always been there, the collecting bug and just a love of jerseys.
Yeah, yeah. So on this series, this is called, we renamed it, actually, well, Dan renamed it, First, Favourite and Fantasy. So we get collectors on, shirts, we even get, say, there's currently boot collectors on, and we've had 2 of them on, and they've actually been really nice. And, you know, so maybe the team boots isn't as bad as they're made out to be. So, yeah, we get first favourite wanted, your first, whatever it was you collected. So in your instance, it'll be your first shirt, your favourite shirt, and then the fantasy shirt. And the fantasy shirt obviously means the shirt that you've always wanted. So we'll jump straight in, mate, with what is, Chris, your first ever football shirt?
Well, I actually still have it. My very first one. It was given to me by my uncle, which was strange because he was a Liverpool fan. But I needed some boots, and he ended up getting these. They were like from the '80s, like Dunlop, like rubber molded things, and they were 2 sizes too big for me. But we actually got this as well. It's absolutely tiny, but it's the Manchester United '84 home shirt with the badge in the middle and the classic Sharp sponsoring the trefoils on the both on each sleeve. So yeah, and that got passed down to Leo. That was his first shirt as well. So it's been a handy little shirt as that. I can't believe how small it is actually.
Oh mate, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that sentimental thing. How you've handed it down to there. It is on the bigger screen for their watches. Oh mate, I love that sentimental. How you've handed that down to Leo. That makes it even more more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's had some hammer though, because he would in his high chair, and it's just like it's covered in like spaghetti sauce and stuff like that.
Oh, you gave it to while you'd feed it.
Well, you forget how fragile these old shirts are, and the ears like hanging on by a thread, and it's still vibrant enough. But yeah, he can't fit into it now anymore, so it'll go in a drawer somewhere until the day he needs it.
Oh, like a family heirloom. Oh mate,
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, and hopefully my aunt will be good by then, so he won't mind passing it on.
That's wishful thinking.
we're on the batch with Michael Carrick, aren't we? So we're all right.
How come if he's a Liverpool fan, he gave you a United shirt though?
I think he was more of a Kenny Dalglish fan. So it was more that than Liverpool, I think. But he just enjoyed watching Liverpool in the '70s and '80s. So,
right, okay. I'll never forget. Yeah, I'll never forget getting into my uncle's car. My uncle's the reason why I support United. When they used to babysit me, he used to get literally like homework of VHSs of like, I think it was the early '90 seasons. I remember watching the cup final against Palace, and like when they went to the replay.
Yeah,
watching the early Lee Sharp. I always remember Lee Sharp, Eric Cantona, Paul Ince, players like that. Which is weird because they're actually before I was born in '96, so they're actually before my time. So it's quite weird. But I'll never forget when I was going to football once. I got in his car with a 2006 England shirt on, with, I'm not proud of this, Chris, Steven Gerrard on the back. And he deadpanned up my eyes. He went, "What are you doing?" I went, "We're going to football." He went, "You're not getting in my car with that on."
Well, yeah, as kids you don't realise, do you? So like, because a lot of football is that you introduced to is like maybe like World Cup or European Championship, something like that. So you don't realise that these players actually play for club sides. So it's a shock to see them when and then you have to hate them even though you think they're great and stuff. It's just very frustrating game sometimes.
That must have instilled something to me though, because I think to this day, I didn't understand it at the time, obviously, because I was young, but I absolutely respect that decision now, and I think I will follow suit with that. Like, what are you doing with that on the back of your shirt? Not in my car.
Yeah, my friend Rich, who I used to work with, he retired last year, but he was anyone that he's a massive Leeds fan, and any of his son's friends that turned up with Man United shirts on, he won't let them in the house, and they have to stay outside.
That
Yeah,
We're so petty and ridiculous as football fans, but I love the tribalism. I love it.
yeah, it's human nature, isn't it? You can't do it. It'll never leave us, and it should never leave us.
So we'll move on from United. We'll move on because we're two United fans, so a lot of people might say we're biased and it's just going to be a United-based episode. What is, Chris, your favourite football shirt of all time?
My favourite football shirt of all time is well, the first World Cup I ever saw on the telly was the 1994 World Cup, because my dad's not really into football, more into horse racing, so that was on the telly. So I missed out on 1990 and 92 World Cup and European Championship. So I finally had a telly in my own bedroom and could stay up late and watch the games. But it was just the magic of '94. The colours, it was ridiculous. Diana Ross, but the players on show were ridiculous. But my favourite shirt of all time, I just get it. And one of the best moments of that World Cup is the Argentina away when they played against Greece, and that famous scene of Maradona just running towards the camera, and then you later find out he's been taken away for a drug test and it's positive, and you just think that is classic Maradona, the ultimate maverick in football, in my opinion, because he was just unbelievable. What a man he was, and what a tournament it was as well.
Yeah, well, obviously, Shirts v Boots this year is based around that tournament. But like I say, before my time, but even I recognise that shirt, and I think that shirt, even like you say, it's been elevated even more. It's a classic shirt, great template, great colours. It's Argentina, but that moment, I don't know, what was it? Infamous moment from Maradona.
Yeah,
it's just taking that shirt to a whole new level.
Yeah, it was. It's just the way the maddening look in his eyes, because you could tell he was coming to his end of his international career, but he was still had that magic in him, and just getting led off to go and have a drug test. You think, oh, this is normal. As a 10-year-old watching it, you think, oh, this is fine. He'll be all right. Well, Diego, and then you find out he's failed a drug test, and you have to ask your parents what is a drug test and stuff like that. And it's everything's a learning curve.
I wonder, right? Like at the time, Adidas, obviously the manufacturer of that shirt, would they have been like annoyed because it'd affect the sales of the shirt or not? Or do you think it, like I say, it's that infamous moment, so it kind of brings more spotlight to the moment, it brings more spotlight to the shirt, brings new eyes to the shirt, and maybe brings more sales to the shirt? Which way do you think that goes? Do you think they would be annoyed by it, or they're so happy by that?
I think it's going to bring more eyes to the situation, and it's a marketing dream, really, isn't it? Because you can be the best marketer in the world, but it's spontaneous events like that elevate lots of things for collectors in any genre. And because it's just a player he was, the World Cup being in the USA, and yeah, it's just going to make it skyrocket, isn't it? Because it's just a brilliant shirt as well, even without it, the Maradona moment. But it's just yeah. I mean, you look at the money his Steve Hodges shirt went for, that he got from '86 went for, and it's just one of those things. I'd love to know where that shirt was from that game, but that'll be in some kitman's wardrobe somewhere.
Be the drug testers. The drug tester would have taken. Oh, we'll have to take this for samples, Diego. We'll have to take this, mate.
It'll pop up in about 5 years' time when they need some money.
Well, unfortunately, for that shirt, it's joined one of these things that I hate about modern day football shirts. It's like a reissue. I know it's hard to get shirts. It's kind of it's not really that rare, but do you know what I mean? But I just don't like reissue shirts, and that has joined the long list.
Yeah, you can understand why they're doing it. It is a great money spinner for clubs and countries, but yeah, it is one of those things. You just, especially with a lot of the younger people, just think, oh, that's a nice retro shirt. I'll get that, and you don't really feel too bad for them for getting it, because we do become a bit snobby at times in the football collecting shirt community about fake, especially fakes, not but the reissues. As long as it's a licensed reissue, I'm not too fussed about it, to be honest. But yeah, like I say, if you can get the hold of it, the original, it's always going to be that little bit more special.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that as I was saying that, I do feel a bit snotty saying that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's funny.
But yeah, that shirt, and that's the reason for my shirts in my collection. It's for moments, and that, like you say, Maradona moment in that shirt. They didn't do too well that World Cup either. Did they go out in the round of 16?
Yeah, it was a transition stage for Argentina, and it was a lot of the players came into their own in '98 and 2002. But yeah, it was a handing of the torch from like Maradona and players like that from the late '80s and early '90s. So every team goes through that, and every country goes through that. So it's just one of those magic moments. He's just running away like but you can tell he's on drugs, but he's just at the time you just think, oh, he's really happy he scored.
You know, I have seen that run and look out of many nightclub toilets, to be honest.
He's done really well having a poo there in a nightclub. Really well. He's buzzing with that.
Oh. Come on then, Chris. Tell us your fantasy shirt.
The fantasy shirt is one of those unicorns that you think it's. I've only ever seen. The first time I came across it was Classic Football Shirts did a 15-year anniversary exhibition down in London, and that was one of the first times I met up with a few of the other collectors, and we saw this exhibition, and it was a Dortmund shirt, 1989, and it was only worn in the final, the Pacquiao, when they won 4-1, and it just for such a final as well. It's I don't begrudge a shirt just being special for a one-off, and that was the only time I've seen it in the flesh. I've never seen anyone else, not even the Dortmund collectors. I've never seen any of them post on Instagram or wear them or anything like that. So it's the special edition '89 shirt for the final of the German Cup. It just looks ridiculous. It doesn't have a trefoil. It's just a tiny little, just says Adidas, but it's just absolutely brilliant. It's classic '80s Adidas, just where they could just do no wrong. For me, they were just unbelievable, and a very rare thing because I think Adidas were only there for maybe 3 seasons with Dortmund as well. Obviously, they've been with Bayern for forever. So for Adidas to actually make the kits of their biggest rival as well, which was a little bit contentious as well at the time.
To peek behind the curtain, I get the list of the shirts before the episode so I can do a bit of prep, you know. So, but when Chris has sent me this across, I'd actually never seen that. I've seen this template before, but I've never seen that shirt before. And that,
yeah, France had a home shirt with that template, and there's been a couple of others. I want to say Boca Juniors had an away shirt with a similar template, and yeah, but that they're just having a one-off. It's just everything about it. It's the sponsor, the little tiny Adidas. The vibrancy of the yellow as well. It's just classic,
definitely
80s Adidas. Yeah, and
I even like how they're throwing the white in there as well. Really works.
Yeah, it just pops nicely as well. Yeah, everything works about it.
I think I would maybe criticize the Adidas being that small and not a trefoil, but I think it looks really good like that.
Yeah, it's really random. I know France sometimes just had the Adidas like that, or had the Adidas with a little like a tiny trefoil at the end of it. But yeah, it just all works perfectly for me. It's one of those beautiful symmetrical visions that you see.
So, are you a massive follower and fan of Dortmund or not?
No, I'm more of a Bayern Munich fan. I've got a lot of the shirts from the 80s from their collection. But they're all nice shirts, but they're mainly just red or white. But that one's just especially like because it was such a big switch from like going from Adidas, and I think they went straight to Nike more or less after that. And obviously Jamberg did all his amazing work as well with them, but it's just clean and sharp and classic for me.
Yeah, so I was going to ask it. Well, you've basically answered my question. I was going to ask, so it's nothing to do with if they lost that cup final, it wouldn't affect your opinion on that shirt, then would it? If you're not a massive fan or follower of Dortmund.
Well, no, but if they had lost it, it'd probably been it would have been lost in time, shall we say? Not shirts in time, because it would have been no one would have been remembered it, and it would have been. It might have been at the Classic Football Shirts exhibition for the Illusion shirt, but just for it. That's one of the, like we said about the shirts. They are the more memories are made of it in the shirts, the more exclusive and exciting they become, and more collectible they come.
Yeah, definitely. So, Chris, just to round us off here, your first ever football shirt was the Manchester United 1984 to 86 home shirt. There it is in all its glory.
Yeah.
Love that shirt.
Oh, beautiful.
Not even be biased, love that shirt.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Your favourite shirt, and this might be one of my favourites as well. The Argentina 1994 away shirt. So nice.
Yeah, that'll be coming down to shirts for your boots for the game with me.
You tease. And then your favourite, your fantasy shirt is the Borussia Dortmund 1989 German Cup final shirt. Oh, mate, that's a solid trio.
Yeah. And all Adidas. I make no apologies for being an Adidas fanboy. They're my favourite manufacturer in anything, really. Trainers or football shirts.
Oh, mate, that's absolutely class. For the watchers and listeners, mate, where can they find you on your socials?
Just on Instagram, on hodgsonshoard. Been there since when it was lockdown, and just plod along, showing a few shirts here and there, and just try and have a good time, and look forward to seeing you again and meet up with everyone else down at Shirt for Your Boots when we get round to it.
Love that, mate. I've got two requests for you. Well, two questions, sorry. Yeah. Have you got your outfit sorted for Shirts for Your Boots? I know you mentioned the Argentina there, but is there any other sneaky details you can give us that you're going to be bringing?
Yeah, I've managed to get myself a nice little duffel bag, and I've got myself a lovely white jumper. But hopefully it's not too. If it's too hot, I might have to just put it on my shoulders, 80s style, like a casual man at tennis at Wimbledon. But yeah, and I've got myself a nice little baseball cap as well. So we're on there. We're on the road.
Love that. And my second question is more of a request. Can you bring back Shirts in the Shed, please?
I will definitely get down to the shed and get some more shirts out. I shall bring one of the my famous Adidas shirts out.
Yes, love that. Thank you very much for coming on, mate. And for anything Shirts v Boots, Instagram, and I think the TikTok is _shirts _versus_boot, and all the match details is there, and all the posts leading up to the weekend in June. But in case you forgot, Saturday 6th of June, Haringey, Borough FC, London, Shirts v Boots 26, USA 94 theme. Be there. Cheers, mate.
Brilliant. Cheers. We'll see you soon, mate.